Good morning, HighPointe Services. It's Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, and it's time to get ready for some learning today. Get comfortable in your seat and follow the video.
Hi, and welcome to a Declare the Mind guided mindfulness meditation. This 5-minute beginner mindfulness practice is to introduce you to the mindfulness meditation. If you've never meditated before, mindfulness meditation is about paying attention to the present moment, non-judgmentally, in a purposeful way. Usually this is practiced by focusing on the breath for a period of time, which is the way we will practice it today. While we try to do this, thoughts and feelings will enter our mind. Our mind will wander. Instead of trying to control our thoughts, or following our thoughts, we will practice gently noticing the thought and letting it go. This is the most important part of the practice. This helps train our minds to not become our thoughts and to live in the present moment. This can help with daily focus, reducing stress and anxiety. However, I think the most important thing mindfulness meditation does is give us self-insight, and it allows for regular introspection. We get to see just how busy our minds can be. In a world where many of us are living in momentum and caught up in the routine of daily life, meditation can be our daily, non-judgmental state of open attention to the contents of our consciousness. Let's start by first getting comfortable. Make sure you're seated comfortably, whether in a chair or cushion, and sitting upright. You can do this meditation laying on your back, but generally it's best to do this meditation sitting. With your eyes open, take a few deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. On the next out-breath, gently close your eyes. Notice the points of contact. Maybe it's your feet touching the floor, your arms resting in your lap, your back against the chair. Notice the sensations, the warmth, the pressure. Now begin to shift your focus to the breath. Notice the rising and falling sensation. Maybe it's more noticeable on your chest. Maybe it's the tip of your nose or stomach. Remember, we're not forcing the breath here. We're just observing its natural state and the rise and fall. In and out. Now, begin to count the breaths as they pass. The breath in, 1, the breath out, 2, and so on, until you reach a count of 10. When you reach 10, start over and begin again to count the breaths. The breath in, 1, the breath out, 2, until you reach 10. Now, you will get distracted, and that's fine. Whenever a thought or feeling enters the mind, notice it, allow it to pass, and return to the breath. Whenever you notice your mind begin to wander, you can start to count over and return to the breath. And now slowly return your focus to the points of contact. Your legs or feet on the floor, your arms in the lap, your back against the chair, the pressure and warmth, the physical points of contact. And now slowly open your eyes. Notice how you feel. And you've now completed your mindful meditation session. For meditation to be effective, it takes practice. Try to create a daily habit, but start small if you have to. Start with 5 minutes a day, and slowly work yourself up to 10, 15, 20, 30, and so on. If you've enjoyed this guided meditation, go to declutterthemind.com for more. Hi.
Thank you, HighPointe Services. It's time to find a friend. Say good morning and shake their hand. Ask them how their night went. Tell them something you did yesterday. Tell them you are happy to see them. Then find another friend and keep repeating until you run out of time. I'll give you a minute. Today is Special Recreation for the Disabled Day. It is celebrated every year on July 2nd by acknowledging the importance of recreational activities in the lives of individuals with disabilities. Did you know that around 15% of the world's population lives with some form of disability? It's everyone's right to live with respect, and engaging in some form of recreational activity can go a long way in accomplishing that goal. Special recreation can refer to loads of activities like sports, running, painting, and the performing arts. Here are some recreation ideas you can consider. Outdoor activities, skiing, scuba diving, sailing, kayaking, hiking are great for enjoying nature and staying active. Indoor activities, try activities like yoga, bowling, playing board games, or card games. These can be fun regardless of the weather. Creative pursuits, engage in arts and crafts, writing, or photography to express your creativity. And social activities, join a dance class, participate in karaoke, or act in a community play to meet new people and have fun. These activities offer a range of benefits, including physical exercise, stress relief, and social interaction. Today's weather, sunny with a few afternoon clouds in both Fort Collins and Centennial with highs in the low 90s. Enjoy this summer day. For riddles and trivia today, here's some trivia. How many people will Empower Field at Mile High hold? Well, Empower Field has a seating capacity of 76,125, but can be expanded up to 80,000 for concerts. It's a whole lot of people in one space. Our word of the day today is recreation. It is a noun, and it means refreshment of strength and spirits after work. It's also a means of diversion or a hobby. Synonyms for recreation: dalliance, fun; relaxation, frolic; fun and games, rollicking, frolicking, play, and sport. Get out and use this word recreation today in your vocabulary. Our quote of the day today: people who cannot find time for recreation are obliged sooner or later to find time for illness. By John Wanamaker. Our joke of the day today: why can't bikes stand up on their own? The reason bikes can't stand up on their own? Because they're too tired. Here is a picture worth 1,000 words. Let's see what happened today in history.
July 2nd, 1776. In Philadelphia, the vote that sets the stage for America's Declaration of Independence 2 days later. The Continental Congress passes a resolution saying Britain's 13 colonies are and should be free and independent states. 1964. In Washington, President Lyndon Johnson signs America's most sweeping civil rights law in nearly a century.
We believe that all men are created equal, yet many are denied equal treatment.
1937. Aviator Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan disappear in their plane over the Pacific Ocean. The pair, who were trying to fly around the world along the equator, are never found. Their fate remains a mystery. 1881. Months after taking office, President James Garfield is shot at Washington's railroad station. Garfield dies 2.5 months later. His assassin, Charles Guiteau, is tried and executed the following year. 1961. Author Ernest Hemingway shoots himself to death at his home in Ketchum, Idaho. He was 61. And 1997.
Get me back! Get me back! I don't care what happens to me! Get me back to my wife and kids!
Actor Jimmy Stewart dies in Beverly Hills, California. The star of It's a Wonderful Life and other movie classics was 89. Today in history, July 2nd. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Let's play Would You Rather. It's time to stand up and move around the room. So, today's question: would you rather do an indoor activity or an outdoor activity? So, if you would rather do an indoor activity and you're in Centennial, stand up and move toward the whiteboards. If you would rather do an indoor activity and you're in Fort Collins, stand up and move toward the fireplace. If you would rather do an outdoor activity and you are in either Centennial or Fort Collins, move towards the windows. I'll give you a minute. Would you rather do an indoor or an outdoor activity? All right, let's hear from those of you that are standing next to the whiteboard. or the fireplace? Why is it that you would rather do an indoor activity? I'll give you some time and your leader will call on you. All right, let's hear from those of you that are standing next to the windows. Why would you rather do an outdoor activity? I'll give you some time and your leader will call on you. All right, thank you so much. And I skipped the slide today for client time, but I'm going to give you client time anyway. It's time to share your lives with each other, bringing our relationships closer to one another. What is going on in your life? What are you planning for the weekend? What is happening with you this summer? I'll give you some time and the leader will call on you. All right. Let's look at our schedules for the day. In Centennial this morning, 8 o'clock Enrichment, arrival, transition to SCC and lessons at 9:15. 9:30 guests in 10, and the outing is main event bowling. 10 o'clock morning meeting, 10:30 book club, 11 o'clock lunch. For engagement, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 morning meeting and main event bowling outing. 10 o'clock book club, 10:30 guests in 10, and 11 o'clock lunch. In Fort Collins this morning, Enrichment, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 guests in 10, and the outing is Art for the Heart in Old Town. 10 o'clock morning meeting, 10:30 book club, and 11 o'clock lunch. For engagement, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 morning meeting and Art for the Heart Old Town. In the outing, 10 o'clock book club, 10:30 guests in 10, 11 o'clock lunch. In the afternoon in Centennial for Enrichment, 12 o'clock, Tech and Choice activities with lunch for returning SCC clients, and the outing is Highlands Ranch Library. Engagement, your outing is Castle Pines Library. Then this afternoon for both Enrichment and Engagement is HighPointe Summer Cinema showing Top Gun. We have the same schedule for Fort Collins, except their outing is at Council Tree Library. For development today, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 morning meeting. Your morning outing is Dove Valley Regional Park. 10 o'clock independent skills, 10:30 book club, 11 o'clock lunch, 12 o'clock fitness and movement with lunch for returning clients, and Cabela's is your afternoon outing. 12:30 social activities, 1 o'clock parachute fun, 1:30 independent skills, and 2 o'clock guests in 10. And for Fort Collins for development, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 morning meeting, and your morning outing is not main event bowling. Not sure what your morning outing is. I'm sorry, development. 10 o'clock independent skills, 10:30 book club, 11 o'clock lunch, 12 o'clock fitness, 12:30 social activities, 1 o'clock parachute fun, 1:30 independent skills, and 2 o'clock guests in 10. Remember, Thursday, that's tomorrow, July 3rd, 4th of July party, and Friday, July 4th, HighPointe services will be closed in both Fort Collins and Centennial. Happy 4th of July. Thank you. Find something fun to do today.